Yo guys, so before we get into this video, I just want to talk to you about foottrading.co.uk. This is a website set up by myself and Dan, aka V273. We put together our market knowledge into one place to help you guys trade on FIFA. There are free trading guides on here, which are literally them ones there. They teach you how to trade with special cards, icons, and silver cards. All of those are massively profitable methods on this game. We've also got paid for areas, which is £10 a month. That gets access to spreadsheets for special cards, for icons and for silvers, with the maximum buy prices and the minimum sell prices on them. You cannot lose coins. They are tried and tested, literally in every market condition, and they work very, very well. We have people who have made 3.5 million coins in a week. Even people who do it once a week are making sort of 500-600k from the trading. It is very, very good. And for £15, you get access to a live deals area, which is where we're going to be putting all the live filters we come up with. As you guys have seen in the 0 to 2 million series, I'm pretty good at finding sniping filters and stuff like that. We're going to start putting those into that live filters area for you guys to make as many coins as possible. That is £15 a month for those, and we update that as often as we possibly can. You also get access to our tool, the Chem Style Calculator, which was built. Essentially, let's say, for example, you buy a card that's not on the spreadsheet, because some aren't on the spreadsheet. We are adding loads all the time, but there are literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of Chem Styles cards on this account. But let's say, for example, you buy a card for 25,000. 25,000, not 25 coins. And you say, Hunter,
I'm not gonna lie,
calculate. It will tell you the minimum you should be selling that card for. And it's a really invaluable tool. It's absolutely brilliant. But yeah, like I say, £10 a month for tier 1, £15 a month for tier 2. It is a really brilliant website. If you want to get involved, click the link down below. Come over to foottrading.co.uk. Check it out and see what you think. But for now, let's get into this video. Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome to a new video with me, Fuzzball40. As always, if you're new around here, please do subscribe down below. Click the like button, all that good stuff. Massively appreciated. We are on the road to 8,000 subs now. It'd be great to have you on board. But yes, I still do not have access to my 0 to 2 million account. I did the change in nation thing that some people suggested. It doesn't work. So I've raised a ticket with EA. The problem is, obviously, they are working from home at the moment. So, yeah, not ideal, realistically. It's not ideal. As always, if you want to watch me do this stuff live, click the link down below. Come over to Twitch. Today is my day off. My one day off a week where I'm going to chill out, relax, spend some time with my family. But I'll be live again from 4:30 PM on Monday. So that's all good. And as always, check out foottrading.co.uk for all your trading needs. Again, if you are a tier 2 sub on the website, you won't need to worry too much in terms of the content of this video. I still appreciate you being here. But we are continuing to bring out live filters and stuff like that and test them out for you guys. Now, hopefully, yesterday you guys did what I told you to do in the video yesterday and bought Lucas Moura's. This is the market at the moment. I've been sort of buying and selling icons and all that sort of stuff. But these Lucas Moura's, you can see we sold them yesterday. Numerous different values depending on the card itself. But huge profit was made. Absolutely huge profit. I've made, I think, 300k of Moura's alone, which is brilliant. So Gabriel Jesus that we sold there. But yes, we cleared that all off. If you haven't seen yesterday's video, it is a high tier sniping filter video in terms of trading with special cards, teaching you guys different ways that you guys can make coins from them. But I digress. It is what it is. Today, a lot of you asked for it. I'm bringing out a low budget sniping method, and I want to teach you guys about how you find sniping filters at a low budget. I asked my chat the other day if they know about footbin sniping, and almost all said no, and I was stunned. I was shocked by this because it's something that's been in the game for years, absolutely years. But essentially, the whole method here is based around going to footbin and looking at SBCs as they're released and seeing the price of the players that are on there, and then using that to either come up with filters or using that to snipe those players specifically. So I'm just going to give you an example of this right now. At the moment, we've got all these ones here. Now, the first one I'm going to show you is the advanced SBCs because, again, my market knowledge, I know certain players are expensive. We're going to 4-leaf clover. Now, what you're looking for a lot of this stuff is the price points. So the advanced ones here are sort of 37, 41, 32. But here, you see two, 174, 159. We're going to look at the 4-leaf clover one initially. That's the first one we're going to look at. Just as a guide, I guess. Let me just mute the desktop because at the moment, Footbin have a habit of playing it over. So now I look at these SBCs and I go, okay, cool. 10k for that one, meh. 3k for that one, meh. 7k for that one. This one here I'm interested in. 37,000 coins to do this SBC here. So we're going to compete challenges and have a little look and see what these cards are like, what's pumping it up, what is expensive, what isn't expensive. See, look, there's the ad, and that will play loud, so I'll turn it off for you guys, hopefully. But if we click on the first squad, for example, and it will bring up a squad for you guys, and you'll start to realise quickly where I'm sort of heading with this. But the expensive players. Now, as you can see, you've got all these players here. What you want to do is click the full player price list, and you want to get an idea. And as you can see, McNair, Peacock Farrell, Stevens, Egan, O'Connor, all these guys are expensive. All of them expensive. So now, firstly, straight up, what you can do now, go back into the game. Now let's look at Paddy McNair, shall we? Let's go to McNair. And we'll just see what he's selling for at the moment. Is he extinct? No, is it 10k? So he's at 9.9k right now. So what you can literally do if you want to is compare price, back out until one comes up. You can do that. It's not difficult. But it's just a long-winded grind. It's a grind to do, okay? But that's simplistically how you find a sniping filter. However, now you can start thinking sensibly and going, okay, well, from that SBC here, so from this SBC here, I am seeing that Northern Irish silver players are selling for a bit in terms of O'Connor being 1,800 coins. Rare Irish, rare Northern Irish, I've told you guys this before anyway, are selling for a chunk of coins. Rare, like gold rares as well in terms of Egan and Stevens are selling for coins. So now I go, okay, cool, now how do I put this to my advantage? So what I would do now is I look at this and go, okay, cool, well, let's take a little look at Northern Irish players specifically. Let's look at Northern Irish players. Let's get them up. Where's Northern Ireland? Right, so now it's making me go around. Okay, Northern Ireland. I'm going to look at silvers. I'm just going to get a max buy now up and just see what some of these are selling for. See if there's any rares that I see on the market. So I see no rares at all, but look. Silver Northern Irish players, the minimum they're selling for is like 2k. If we go to here, 1,009. No, we want silver. So right here now, according to this, Bailey Peacock Farrell with 7,200 coins. Well, there you go. I just got one straight away. It wasn't even hard. It'd been sat there for ages. And we'll get a second one as well. So 6,000 coins. We just picked up 2 of them straight away, right? So I didn't even need to snipe them. I didn't even need to snipe them. They're selling for around 6,000 coins. We'll list them for 5.5 and we'll make ourselves a nice, basically 4,000 coins profit. This is how easy it is. 5.5. They'll sell as well. They will sell. I don't know what crazy guy did that. But as you can see, so the minimum you're looking at here is something in the region of about 1,005. So you have 2 options here. You can start off sniping up the non-rares. For God's sake, these filters. Start off sniping up the non-rares. That's not a problem at all. What you can do, we'll get this one first. You can then compare price, back out. Compare price, back out until more of them pop up. So Duffy picks up, I can pick him up, alright? We'll keep going backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. We'll do it for a minute and just see how many of these we can pick up. Now we know that the minimum they're selling for is 1,400 because of this Lee camp, right? The minimum they're selling for is 1,400 coins. What we can do now as well is, if you want to set your filter, we'll come back to these in a bit. If you want to set your filter up, make sure you set your 50 million, because what you can do, sometimes they don't come off the market and they've actually gone up in price. So you can set your filter to that, set it back to silver again. And so there's one here again, it's 1,005. So actually what I'm going to do, let's up the filter. Let's up the filter. Let me show you how you up the filter. So you up it to 1,700 and we'll see what's on the market at 1,007. So just Lee camp at the moment. Now we compare price, back out, and it gives you more option for more to come up. Maybe potentially a rarer card to come up. We'll keep compare price and backing out. We'll see if any come up at a decent price that I like. Now I'm doing this at 7:36 in the evening, which is not a bad time to be doing it. It's an okay time to be doing it. 6 o'clock is probably going to be your prime time as people open packs up. But as you see, we picked up a few already, which is pretty easy. It wasn't that difficult. But we'll just compare price, back out until another one pops up. Compare price, back out. Compare price, back out. But the thought process here with all this stuff is people are lazy. You don't need to use Bailey Peacock Farrell in that SBC. You don't need to. You can use this Lee camp and find a way around it. But people see that solution and they'll go to Football and they go, oh, Bailey Peacock Farrell, let me just go buy him. And they'll just go and buy him. And now if you list a couple of 100 coins underneath, they'll sell really simply quickly. But this Lee camp is essentially 2 ratings lower, just happens to be non-rare. Now the rare ones are the ones we'll talk about in a second. They're the ones that have got the highest value and the ones I think you can make the most profit out of. Now it'd be nice if we can get another one of these cards to come up. It really would be. Now, is this one come off the market yet? Is that Lee camp still on the market? We picked up a couple, so it's not the end of the world, but I would like another one to pop just to see if we can pick up anything else. Ideally, another like Bailey Peacock Farrell would be great. Anything here? Go a little bit longer, and if not, then we'll just say it's done. We picked up 4 players already, so it's not too bad. Please don't kick me off. No, it's not going to. Fine, cool. Cool, right, so either way, we'll come back to it in a minute. That is what it is. So there you've seen simplistically there. That's what you can do. You can snipe and you know the minimum they're selling for. The other thing you can then do is start breaking it down to defenders. Silver Northern Irish defenders. Have we got any at all in the game? I think there are some. So here we go. Silver Northern Irish defenders. Again, relatively going to be needed for this SBC in some way, shape or form. You can start going, okay, cool. Well, I know defenders in Northern Ireland now selling for 2,000, well, 3,005. You can probably buy this one if it's not gone already. We'll listen for 3-4 and see if he sells. We'll get back in a second. We'll sort him out in a second. So then obviously you look at defenders. You can then sit there again. Again, best time to do is 6 o'clock in the evening. You can then sit there again and compare price back out and try and get some more of them if that's what you want to do, right? And then simplify it even further. Go, okay, cool, we've done midfielders, defenders, let's do midfielders now. Let's have a look at midfielders. What are they selling for currently? So none there for that price. 2,000 there at. And again, you can compare price back out and hope for some more to come up. And keep doing that. And that's a simplistic way. You know they're selling for loads of coins because you've seen the SBC, you've seen them selling. Compare price back out, make coins. And then you rinse and repeat in other ways. So you go, okay, cool, now we know Northern Irish are selling, but we also know Republic of Ireland are selling. So let's go to Republic of Ireland and let's repeat that again. Let's go silver, Republic of Irish. So, cheapest on the market for them is 1,500 coins, right? Let's just quickly see if we can get some 400, 1,400. That's not silver. So that one's gone. One came up, these two will come up at least. Problem is, there's one over the hour, and I don't really want it over the hour. For the purposes of this video, I'm going to buy this one. I don't need to buy it, but for the purposes of this video, I'm going to buy it. Just to give you an example. What you want to do is wait for that guy to sell and do it without any past the hour, ideally. If they pass the hour, move on to a different filter for now. But refresh it. And again, you want to compare price back out. So someone's on this filter right now, because that piercer just came up. That piercer just come up. Has just been relisted back again straight away. And again, you will do the exact same thing. Compare price back out and keep doing it. Because you know that these guys are selling. Now, you don't want to get these guys. There's not really any profit margin in that. Always allow for 5% tax. Whatever you do, only buy knowing you're going to have to pay 5% tax. So for 1,500 coins, you can pay a little bit for that. What do you pay on 1,500 coins? 10 is 150, 75. So, yeah, 75 coins. So basically 1,400 and below is profit, but you don't want to buy that 1,400. And you compare price back out, and you keep doing that. You've just seen me pick up another player. We'll leave him there for now and just chill. It's easy. It's guaranteed profit. You can't make a loss on it. You're just going afterwards, you'll list them up. So once you bought them all up, check the prices individually, list them for what they're actually listed for. But that's that. So you've done that based upon the fact you're looking at the non-rares that have some value but not the most value. Now you want to start thinking, okay, cool. So I know Bailey Peacock Farrell, for example, is an expensive player. Let me go and click on him. Let me bring him up in a separate browser. I'm going to look at Northern Irish players full stop. So let's look at Northern Ireland. And you see that they've got a centre mid, a CDM, a left mid. These are the rares we're talking about here. A striker, a right back, another striker. And you know roughly what they're selling for. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, okay, cool. We'll go back onto this. Silver, Nation, Northern Ireland. And then now I'm going to filter them out. Now I'm going to look to filter for the expensive ones. So we're going to filter out some of the cheaper ones. We'll say minimum 4-2 and see what these ones it brings up. Okay, cool. So we've got these guys here. So we'll go a little bit higher again. Go min by now. Kyle Vassell. Imagine paying that much for that card. So there's some more expensive ones here. But you're looking at around, give or take, 7,000 coins. Give or take. It's going to move with the market, so just be mindful of that. Cool. So now I'm like, okay, cool. Let me change my filter up. Let me go, okay, 15. Let me go like that. Let me go max 7. And let's go silver. So we've got one there for 6.2. Cool. So we've filtered it down. Let's filter it down a little bit more. Let's widen the filters a little bit more. Let's go 4K there. And let's go 5K actually, min by now. Again, it would help if you didn't do what I do always and not do silver. So now we're breaking down the filter even more. We've added to where we need to be. So we've got a decent array of cards that are coming up. And then you want to compare price back out now. Now again, there's no shout that one's going to definitely pop right now as we speak. But we know that the rare Northern Irish strikers are selling for about 7,000 coins each. As you can see, max buy now. There's one for 5.8 there actually, to be fair. He's a good buy. There's 1,000 coins in that. So 5,800 technically is what they're selling for. So we're like, okay, cool. Compare price back out. Just keep comparing price back out, and you want to buy every Northern Irish striker that pops at 5,000 based upon the filter that we've got now. Based upon what the price they're selling for is, that's what you want to do. And you want to keep compare price backing out continually until one pops. Again, 6 o'clock is the best time for this. And you rinse and repeat this again with the positions for other teams and go, okay, cool, Republic of Ireland. Strikers. Silver. Now let's go over across the Republic of Ireland. So let's look again at Footbin. Because Footbin is your friend here. You go, okay, cool. So Republic of Ireland. Let's get up Egan, for example. Let's go to Northern Ireland. And now we're going to look at Republic of Ireland. when it wants to load. There we go. There's going to be a lot of drops for the public divine that you're not going to need, realistically. But then you want to get down to these sort of players here. Look at all these guys here that are selling for 7,000, 8,000, 7,000. Sentiments, all these cards selling for a decent chunk of coins. All of them. So again, you're okay, cool. Let me go back to it and let me check again what they're selling for. So let me just quickly just search it as generically. And say, okay, cool, there's loads of strikers here for 7,000. So we've got a couple here for 5,000 in terms of Maguire. So let's just have a look at silver. Let's do max 5. I just want to see what they're selling for. So we've got Collins there for 4.9 and 5. 4.8, 5, 4.7. 4.3 there. So 5,000 is realistic. So 4.3 is the lowest there is on the market. There's the 3.6 there. Again, now I'm going to set my filter. I'm going to go to silver. Cut that down a little bit. Max price. And now I'm going to cut it down a little bit more and see what else I can take off the market and see if there's any that I can remove. So past the hour we have 1, 2, 3, 4, which you don't really want. So now, okay, cool. We're going to cut it down even further again. Let's go 3, 5 and see if that cuts off any of the silvers at the end. And there are other ways you can cut it down. You haven't just got to do what I'm doing right now, but there are other ways you can cut it down. And again, you can compare price back out. And again, you're hoping for a rare Republic of Ireland striker here. That's what you're hoping for to come up. If it comes up at this price, you know it's a buy. Because you know they're selling for a minimum of 4,000 coins. So you can pretty much pick up any of these guys that comes up. It's that simplistic. And you can keep picking them up. Anything that comes up, you can pick up. And if you really want to sort of extend your knowledge even further, you go, okay, cool. Let's actually just check, as a standard, what they're selling for full stop. So right now, we're looking at the minimum on the market right now is 1,800 for a Murphy, right? That is the absolute bare minimum. So you could sit there if you wanted to, and you could compare price back out on this, and hope for one to pop at a lower price, right? You could do that without a doubt. Or you can widen your parameter a little bit more, which is what I would advise doing. Maybe go up to 3.5 again, and saying, right, well, I know the minimum that it's selling for is 1,800. Obviously, some have different values to others, but you don't really want to be sitting there debating all of them at all. But then you want to sit there, compare price back out, and anything that pops below 1,800, you know is a buy if it's non-rare. Anything that pops below 4.3, you know is a buy if it's a rare. And that's how you start to learn simplistic sniping filters you can pick up to make coins all the time. It's that simplistic. We'll give you another example in a second in terms of the foot bin. But it's all about learning how to move your parameters around, how to change up your parameters to make the most you can possibly. The times this is going to be most powerful. Like I said to you already, 6 o'clock is going to be a strong time to buy and sell these guys. Realistically, because that's when most people are in the game. But also late at night. Late at night you get a lot less competition. Less will pop. Like less will pop from now onwards basically. But you've also got less competition on a lot of these filters. Always have your filter set to buy now, ready to go. So if one does pop, you can pick it up. Just want to see if one pops up between now and then. Let's just keep compare pricing. Compare buys back out. The 2.4, not really a good buy. Again, Madden might sell for more than that, but I'm not going to buy him just because I'm like, well, why would I? So that Murphy, we know we've got 1,800. Not massive profit in him at all, but we know it's profit. We know there's like a couple hundred coins profit in him. We'll keep compare price backing out, see if we can pick up some more. Don't mind my phone. We'll do it for another like 30 seconds, see if we can get another one to pop up. And if not, we'll move on to another example. But hopefully it's making sense to you. You start to learn where the market's at, and you start to learn to buy underneath that. That's the most important thing. That's what it comes down to. Let's just see if we've got anything else. Do 3 more, and if not, then that's that. We picked up what we picked up. Again, normally I'd sit here for an hour and do it, not be a problem, but cool. Picked up one of them. We've got one there anyway. So now we've got these guys all lined up here. I can sell those later on. Now, I'll give you an example of one way how it works. I'll now look again for a different one. So we did 40th Clover. There'll be more in this that you can do. There wouldn't be a problem. You can look at them. You can snipe specific players if you want to. I wouldn't suggest this the best idea, but you can. Now go advanced. We'll just see if there's any others in the National Pride one we can do. And if there's not in the National Pride, start looking at daily SBCs and saying, okay, cool, which players have jumped up the most in those? But we'll look at National Pride. 32k for the England one. Now, I'm pretty sure the majority of this value now, it used to be Championship players, but I'm pretty sure the majority of this value now in these SBCs is actually made up of Premier League 84s and 85s and whatnot that make up the rating for the SBC. But it used to be like a gold mine. This used to be an absolute gold mine. Let's go full players list. So we've got Mitrovic, Maguire, Gibbs. So Gibbs still holds a value. Gibbs still holds a decent value without a doubt. Look at Gibbs now. So again, I'll test the waters and see what Gibbs is selling for currently on Xbox. Is he worth buying, yes or no? So Gibbo, Kieran Gibbs. So he's technically at 1,004. Maybe is he a bit higher than that? Is that one to buy? 1.7. He's about 1.5, 1.4, right? So let's say 1.5 realistically, because that 1.4 gets sold. Then you know also that Revel Morrison, for example, is 750. Is there any other way you can cut this down? I'm trying to think of another way you can cut it. Well, you've got Mitrovic also and Kearney, who both hold value. So realistically here, you're looking just to snipe Gibbs. That's what you're looking for here. There's not really any other way you're going to cut this down too much, because Revel Morrison, as an example, if you look at Morrison now. Revel Morrison doesn't have a massive value. He's 750 coins. Like, there'd be no point trying to cut it down. You can try and snipe Morrison and hope Gibbs comes up, but no, you can go and snipe Gibbs. That's the situation there, realistically. That's all you can redo, snipe Gibbs. There's no way of cutting it down. We'll try and look for one without loyalty. If I can look for one without loyalty and then see what that does, but it shouldn't make a huge difference. I'm sure you can do this without loyalty. Maybe you can't. Yeah, no loyalty. People will pay more to not have to do loyalty, just be mindful of that. So people will pay extra for cards if they haven't got to do loyalty. So you've got Kearney, you've got Gibbs again. Hog. Does Hog sell for anything? That's where he's very cheap. Full players price list. Hog 600 coins. Yeah, so realistically he'd have to snipe Gibbs. I wish there was something more like, oh my god, look what I can teach you guys, but there's not. I'm not going to teach you anything that's going to overcomplicate it. Again, next thing to do, go back to squad building challenges, and then you go again to a new SBC, and you go, okay, cool. What other SBCs are there? Let's look at 15 for today. Now, this is a really bad example for you guys today because it's a jumbo gold pack, and that's absolute crap. No one cares about jumbo gold pack, let's be honest. But you look at it, and you go, okay, cool. We'll look at this squad, for example. We'll look at one someone's going to look at. We might click on the first one. Let's have a look at the first one. No position and loyalty. Again, always useful. These are the ones that you want to be looking at. Click for full players price list. I just want to see. So Joe Olsen, for example. So this Joe Olsen, the Swedish keeper, Joe Olsen. Really random guy. For this solution, he needs it. People are lazy. They will just go and buy this Joe Olsen. They just will. Joe Olsen. Is that how you pronounce it? Joe Olsen. People are lazy, and they will just go and buy this keeper. But he's not 2,000 coins. I hate football sometimes. Cool. So he's not worth it. Simplistic. He's not worth it. Go back again. And you look for a new SBC. And you keep rinsing and repeating this method as much as you can. Especially with daily SBCs. I cannot stress that enough. Daily SBCs are where you make bank from doing this. Because you're going to go, okay, cool. Well, everyone's looking at Schürrle. So let me go and buy Schürrle, for example. So let's go back to daily SBCs. I don't really want to do foot 15 because it's just not a good SBC. Foot 13. Got 8k value foot 13. We'll go foot 14. Let's see what it's the same. So again, not every SBC you're going to come across is going to have a valuable filter in it. It's just not going to have it. Some will have valuable filters, some won't. You've got to be mindful of that. And people will fix the sort of cheaper ones and the sort of mid-range ones. But let's just go for like this 10,000 coin one here. Let's see what this is saying. Left back fast buy. And we'll check if there's anything here. So click for full players price list, 9,050. So I want to see if Clinton's actually got that value. I've got a huge feeling that Clinton does not have that value. So let's go back to it. And do not be fooled by Footbin because they don't update prices anywhere near enough. Is it Lucas Clinton? It's Lucas Clinton. Let's see if he's gone back down again. So he's back at 200 coins again. So he's not a good buy. Try to think of another one that's half decent here. None there that I like. Let me just see if I can find another one that I like from the other day. So shame we're doing it today. Yesterday would have been a perfect day for it, or that. Or Schürrle, for example. As an example, I can show you Schürrle. Now, he's not as much as high as he was, but Schürrle was a card that was 600-700 coins of a day. He was 600 coins of a day. He's now up at what? Okay, well, he's good. There's one there straight away for 400. I don't know why someone listening for that. But I'll show you in a second. So Schürrle linked, and I'm pretty sure he is the foot 12 SBC? Foot 13 SBC? Let me just check him for a second. So I know Schürrle, for example, is expensive. He just is. So Schürrle's at 2.6 right now, okay? And that was because part of foot 13, the foot 13 SBC, he was part of the solution for that because he linked to Spartak Moscow. So people just bought into him. I'm going to try and see if I can find him. Let me look. I'm just trying to find the one that he was in. So this is the SBC. Shirley wasn't on there, but this was the SBC basically. But Shirley came up. So Shirley I knew was expensive, so didn't have day. Luis Felipe's went up as well to 1,400 coins. So again, with this method, you go, okay, cool. You see that? You see Spartak Moscow, people are going to buy him, compare price back out, and they will pop. I mean, you just saw me pick up one for 400 coins. I'm going to make 2,000 coins profit on that. And you compare price back out and keep doing the same thing and see if one comes up. It's hard for me to show you the crap pack today, but the more you do it, the more you'll get a hang of it, and the more you'll make more and more coins. I'm not the sort of guy who's going to sit and go, look at all the stuff that I did, and da-da-da-da-da. I'd rather try and show you it live. It's not an exact science. It's nowhere near an exact science, but it will make you profit. Right now, like I've said to you before, Rare Northern Irish and Rare Republic of Ireland players are an absolute banger to be going for. But this guy links in, they're still live right now. Tomorrow, if you see a FUT SBC comes out and it's got like, I don't know, a 45k pack, anything like that, buy it. Just buy into it. You can always make profit out of it. I've got a feeling this Shirley's probably another solution somewhere because he's gone up again from yesterday. Let me just go down to 2.6 and see if he's still at 2.6. So he's not, he's gone up again. Who's buying him? And why are they buying him? After this video, I have to do some digging to find out why the Shirley's jumped back up again in price. Because it's not just the 84 to 91, I'm pretty sure there must be more to this than what's going on. I'll have a little look. But again, just keep comparing price and backing out. He might be part of the solution. For all you know, he's part of the solution for today's SBC. There's a huge chance that he's part of the solution for today's SBC. People are buying him up and selling him. That might be why it's expensive. We'll see if we get any one more to pop before the end of the video. By the way, I'm mindful that we're 25 minutes in now. Cool. We'll leave it at that. Hopefully you've understood about how to break down filters. Now, let's say theoretically that SBC came out and Spartak Moscow had 2 wingers. You could just do Spartak Moscow wingers. But when there's a generic filter, a generic sort of, you need, I don't know, 8 UCL cards from the Premier League. I don't know if you remember it, but there was one that required, it was a marking match, I think it was. It required 5 UCL cards. You to score with, it required you to score with UCL strikers from the Premier League. And if they went mental. And people were setting the filter specifically to Giroud or to Tammy Abraham. And I said to my boys, don't do that. Find a way to cycle them out. And we cycled them out by using special Premier League striker, min price. I think it was like min price 4 or 3, max price 6. And that was what we were doing, basically. And you didn't even need to do min price, to be fair. You could go up with the min price. But max price 6, for example. And you just do that. And you cycle them out and you get more of a wide spread. And that's what you want to try and do as much as possible. Find a way to spread yourself wider. Sometimes it's better to cut it out. For example, the Northern Irish and Republic of Ireland, it's better to try and cut them down so you're not sitting there getting 100 players being listed at a time. But if you can memorize prices, then do it that way. It's fine. But just keep doing it that way. Now I want to show you. I'm pretty sure that Bailey Peacock Farrell already sold. One of them anyway. So one Bailey Peacock Farrell's already sold. We've already made profit out of that. Let me read this stuff here. And it's not difficult. I'll hopefully show you in tomorrow's video. I'll pick up a few more of these and you'll see the profit we're making from them. But again, these are low budget sniping filters. You've got them in front of you on Footbin, so use Footbin. It's a great tool to make coins. It's simplistic. But whatever you do, just find ways to do it. Check through the SBCs. Spend some time. Spend an hour going through the SBCs. Come up with a list of players and then just cycle through those and make as much coins as you can. But that's going to be the end of the video. If you are new around here, subscribe down below. Click the like button. All that good stuff. It is massively appreciated. But for now, lads, I am out. Peace out. I will speak to you soon.